Hello and welcome back to Pitch Perfect. It is match day. I don't know if you're as nervous as I am, but we're glad to have you with us, regardless of how you're feeling about today's match. We will be jumping into all things England v Netherlands and France v Wales very shortly. But first things first, do not forget to get involved in our quiz. The QR code is there. Please do scan it. Test yourselves about all things Group D. It's also in the description if you're watching on YouTube or listening on podcasts. I am joined again by Jamie Spangher, and we are going to dissect Group D on D-Day.
It is basically D-Day.
It's D-Day. We've got a poll going on YouTube. Will England revive their Euro 2025 dreams today? Yeah, it's a yes or no. We want to hear from you. Keep that voting coming. Keep your questions coming in throughout the show. We will get to as many of those as we can. Well, before we jump into Group D antics, it's only right that we round off yesterday's Group C games. We had two great games. We had Germany versus Denmark, and we had Sweden versus Poland. I was actually in Lucerne for that Sweden versus Poland game. So I'm going to just give you a quick overview of that one. I am here in Lucerne, where Sweden are going to take on Poland tonight. You can see the Sweden fans making a lot of noise behind me, making an entrance in style. They're feeling confident, but Poland will want to come out with a win. Let's see how this one goes.
Yeah, I think Aslani, probably, because, cool, scores goals, general stuff.
And Blackstenius because of the name.
My favorite player is Connery.
Nice, and why?
She's a quick player and very good at scoring.
Favorite player is Amanda Ilestedt.
Oh yeah, why?
Because it's his sister.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
Oh wow. Tell us about that.
Well, she's gonna play tonight, so we're excited, and we're cheering for Sweden all week here.
A proud brother?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome to watch the game today, so we're excited.
Tell me what it's like having a sister who plays football for their national team.
Well, of course, yeah, it's special, of course, and that's why we try to take the opportunity to go here when we can, and of course it's extra special when it's the sister, but it's gonna be fun to watch the Swedish game also with all the supporters here. So.
Fridolin and Rolfa.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why do you like her?
Because she are doing many goals and stuff, and she's just.
An emphatic victory for Sweden here in Lucerne. They beat Poland, which means Poland are knocked out. Germany and Sweden will progress to the next stages, and their match next week will determine who tops the group. Those Sweden fans, oh my goodness, they brought the noise. Of all the fans I've seen so far in the competition, they're topping it for me. Even to come across Amanda Illestedt's brother as well. That was a bit of a...
We're having a hot streak with that. We got Leah Volti's friend, we've got Amanda Illestedt's brother, all of the family and friends.
You never know who you're going to get.
Yeah.
Just approach who you can, right?
Exactly right.
No, really lovely to speak to some of those Sweden fans. And I know Poland are now knocked out, but shout out to Poland. Their first tournament, the fans were incredible. You could tell what it means to them. I really, really hope they get a goal in that final game, because the fans are cheering so much as it is. I just want to see how they react if they score a goal.
Yeah, exactly. Poland, they've been the best of the rest, I think. It's a real disappointment that they're in this group with Germany and Sweden. I think everyone knew that those two nations were going to be the two to progress. So to see Poland playing such good football, it's such a shame, because they've been so unlucky with who they're playing against. But there's goals in there. They were coming. They just haven't gotten the final job done yet.
For sure. And I'm not jumping ahead or anything, but Group D, the people who progress into from Group D, will face Sweden or Poland. Sorry, Sweden or Germany.
We wish it was Poland.
Yeah, no. So tough opposition there for sure. But yeah, two great nations who deserve to be in the next stage of the competition. I'm sure you'd agree.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. They've both played good football. I think they both maybe took a bit of a warming up period to get into their groove. But last night, I think Germany struggled a little bit. Sweden were a little bit struggling at the start because of the Poland press was so aggressive. However, both teams deserve to be there. There's some big names on the stage. So yeah, it's a shame for that Group D matchup because that's going to be a great quarterfinal.
Oh yeah. Denmark, Germany, we mentioned that game. It ended 2-1 to Germany. More VAR controversy.
Yeah.
Now, it's non-stop, really. And I think the thing that is so stark is that we watch the WSL week in, week out, and they don't have VAR.
Yeah.
So it just feels like so contradictory to have it in the biggest tournament.
Yeah, I just think we have had this conversation over and over again. Like we keep going on about should there be VAR? I think that before we think about VAR, we need to think about training these referees and giving them the investment in order to be competent on the bigger stage, because there's some decisions that we've seen by the video assistant referee as well. So it's coming back to a big panel. These people aren't making the right decisions. We saw the England game was very controversial. We saw it again last night. There was an offside and then it's never offside. Like, what happened is if there's a goal and there's a player in an offside position blocking the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper's never saving it. It's not going anywhere near her. And it ruins a really big moment in a major tournament. And then Germany get a penalty that I think a lot of people disagree with. And it's just ruining the flavor of the group because Denmark were playing really well and they deserve to come away with more than 0 points.
Yeah, really tough one. I can see a comment coming in from Pinky.
Yes.
Pinky,
Look,
actually,
here it is.
shout out to Pinky. But Pinky messaged me ahead of the tournament and said that she believes that Sweden are going to win the whole thing. Still sticking with that, I can see.
Pinky says Sweden will be the bride this time around, I believe. Honestly, I'm slowly and more getting a little bit more convinced by that, Pinky. So
There
we'll
is
see.
no reason why they can't. They are a team with great players and they played really cohesively yesterday once they, like you say, after that sort of first half an hour. They played really well. They put the game to bed and actually Poland didn't have a massive chance after that point. So yeah, watch this space. Pinky, your prediction could be coming true. And I've got the receipts to show that you predicted this a long time ago. So yeah, well, you know what that means. We're moving on to Group D.
The hard stuff.
A D-Day in Group D.
Yeah.
Well, England face the Netherlands in a must-win clash. They lost to France the other day 2-1, which means that they really do need to win. If France beat Wales later tonight, that's the later kickoff, then yeah, England need a win. A draw means that it will go to the final day, go to goal difference. And of course, this is all assuming that England go on to then beat Wales in the next game. But it's really, really juicy and scary stuff, Jamie.
Yeah. No one wants to head into a final day of a group stage knowing it's not in their hands. Yeah. England must win tonight. A draw is not good enough because the Netherlands obviously play France. France, granted, they beat Wales, will be resting their players for the quarterfinal, right? There's no I can't even get my words out. There's so many possibilities right now, but the Dutch are definitely going to bring it to that last final game, even if they do draw tonight. So yeah, it's a win. I think it's win or bust, honestly.
No, for sure. And we went to the matchday -1 activities yesterday. As a reminder to those of you who don't know, the media get to attend on matchday -1 open training session, which we attended, and everyone was training. And Sarina Wiegman also confirms that everyone is available for selection. And then we went on to attend the matchday -1 press conference, which had Sarina Wiegman and Alessia Russo. We will hear from Alessia Russo later on in the show, but let's see what manager Sarina Wiegman had to say.
Yeah, of course it's going to be an intense game, and we knew this was going to be a hard group. And what we are focusing on is our game plan and just executing that and doing your task and having conversations with players, sticking together, talk to each other, and that's what we want to do in the game too. So what we are occupied with is playing football, executing a task, sticking together and do that together, get the right connections and just work really hard and doing everything to win the game. I think in our team we have different type of players for same positions. So if you want to change something, then you can bring in another player who has different attributes to the game, but you can also change a bit your shape and your style to impact the games. And that's what you want when you bring players on the pitch during the game, that they have an impact on the game.
Yes, Sarina Wiegman there saying England need to cut out the sloppiness and really bring it. What do they need to do tonight that they didn't do the other day?
Ayisha,
much. Sorry.
What don't they need to do? Yeah, it goes without saying that France performance was so lackluster. It was so defeating and disappointing for England, right? The title holders heading into this competition, the first team to lose their opening match as the title holders. So the result was exactly what they deserved. They didn't deserve a point from that game, although France did kind of stumble towards the end. But Sarina Wiegman is talking there about game changers. You were the one that actually asked her that question about what do these players coming off the bench mean? And those substitutes need to happen earlier. They need to happen quicker, and they need to be more concise to the game plan, right? Like when she brought on Ella Toone and Chloe Kelly, it made no difference. But when she brought on Grace Clinton and Michelle Adjumang, it made an immediate difference because they were more suited towards France's weaknesses and vulnerabilities. So England need to go to this game. They need to play the proper English way, as Georgia Stanway says. They need to win the one-on-ones. They need to get to the ball first. They need to beat the Dutch at their own game because they play a similar brand of football, but what England has is a lot more ruthlessness, a lot more heart. So yeah, it's just about showing up and just wanting to be there, wanting to win, because we know how good the Lionesses can be when they want to.
Yeah, as Stanway said the other day, playing for that little girl
Exactly
who
right.
wanted to be there, and that is exactly it. But this is a tasty tie on so many levels.
Yeah.
Sarina Wiegman is, of course, Dutch
Mhm.
and led the Netherlands to Euros victory the time before she led us to Euros victory. Of course, there's also that dynamic of Beth Mead against her partner, Viv Miedema. We'll hear from Viv later in the show. Some really juicy matchups. So something else Sarina Wiegman said when she was asked, does this give you extra insight because you know this Netherlands team? She was very dismissive of like, I just focus on this team, my own team. What do you make of that?
I think that that's exactly what she needs to do because no offense to her or the situation, but this is a new Dutch team.
Yeah.
It's a new look Netherlands team since when she last managed them. They've got a lot of youth that she's going to be blindsided by. Like Kirsten Kasper has come into the team, Esme Broots has come into the team, Vika Kapteijn's come into the team. So there's a lot of fresh blood in this Netherlands team, and I don't think Sarina Wiegman's past is going to help England. And she really reiterated that on the press conference where you can watch the whole thing in full on Haters TV. But she said, we need to play our own way. It's not about the Netherlands. And that's what they didn't do against France. They conceded too many goals in the way that they were trying to stop France and not playing proper football. So for Sarina Wiegman, it's a narrative of all narratives. And I think this is why we love football. This is why we love the great game, the world's game, because there's always a story to it. You've obviously got Alessia Russo coming up against Daphne Domsela. You've got so many connections. It felt like this game was always going to be the one that mattered.
In Sarina, we trust.
In Sarina, we trust. Until I get disappointed and they get knocked out, in Sarina, we trust.
In Sarina, we trust. Yeah, it's juicy as well. The fans from both sides
Yeah.
are incredible. Lionesses fans. Shout out to all of the Lionesses fans. You guys always bring the noise. And the Netherlands fans, can't wait to see that Orange Army in action.
Excited. I might have to go sneak in, to be honest.
No.
I might have to go see what it's all about. Maybe a little FBI moment.
Don't worry,
the
guys.
Undercover cop.
I won't let her go.
I actually think we have a comment about the Netherlands fans where I think Adam has said that we should go visit them. Here, loving the fan march. I hope haters will be at the Dutch fan march later today, assuming there is one. That's from an Englishman, so I think I have permission.
Let's see. I might be trying to find the Lionesses fans and getting them all hyped up because we can do it.
Yeah.
We definitely can do it. Well, we also heard yesterday from Alessia Russo, and here's what she had to say in the press conference.
It's tournament football, and I think you go through lots of highs and lows to get where you want to be in tournaments. So, yeah, ultimately we were disappointed after that game, more so within ourselves as well. Obviously, we came up against a great French side, but we know that we can be better, and we have really high standards as a team. So, yeah, we've had a good few days to switch off, reflect, and now we're ready to go again. We have so many great players, and we want everyone to be as free as possible out on that pitch tomorrow night and going forward. So, yeah, it's a big part of what we are as a team. We have players that can create something out of nothing. So I think making sure that everyone's in a good headspace going into that game tomorrow is important, and that's what we've been doing as a team. Ultimately, you have a game plan, but we've got individuals who can create a bit of magic as well.
So many individuals who can create a lot of magic. They showed that in the last Euros. They've shown that before. Alessia Russo was one of those players. Of course, that back heel that no one will ever forget. Who are the star players for you? Who can bring that extra magic on the pitch tonight?
Well, we'll say Lauren James because it goes without saying. I think there's been a lot of talk around her and whether she's fit, whether she should start. I think if Lauren James is fit, she starts in any team in the world. Put her in the midfield, put her on the wing. She needs to be playing. But the player I think is really going to make a difference tonight is Lauren Hemp. I think that she's the one that is really going to run in behind the Dutch defence. It's also very ironic she'll be playing against Kirsten Kasperij, her Man City teammate, and she'll know her weaknesses. She'll know how to exploit it. Maybe Kirsten Kasperij will know how to nullify her. But I think Lauren Hemp wins that battle most times. So I think she's the player that's going to create a lot. And against France, we saw her cut in a lot and she likes to invert. But I think against the Dutch, it would be good if she held the channel and held the space. So I think Lauren Hemp is going to be the one that lights up the stage.
Yeah, I think I've got to agree with you. Lauren Hemp is such a good player and often she's so understated.
So overlooked, isn't she?
Overlooked, yeah. It's like she is in some ways the glue of that England team and really what makes it fire. When we're good, it's because Lauren Hemp is like running down the wing, getting those balls in. Yeah, fingers crossed that she's on her game tonight. And I think Sarina mentioned in her press conference, as we mentioned, you can watch that whole press conference in full with both Sarina and Alessia on the Haters TV YouTube channel. Someone asked her, because she was talking about the pressure, and someone asked her, do you like that pressure? And she said, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting thing to say, because most people are like, yeah, I love it. It's what we live for.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. Pressure is so good in sport, and that's why we play it, right? That's why we play it. It's why we watch it. It's about the underdogs, but it's also about those at the summit of emotions, as Switzerland have coined this tournament. So I think for Sarina, she does like the pressure in the comfortable moments, because England have had pressure, right? You go to a final, you have pressure. You go to the World Cup final in Australia, you have pressure. Yeah. But there's no pressure like going out on match day 2, because that is ridiculous. The nations that have gone out on match day 2 so far, Belgium and Poland, there's no way England should be in that group. So it's going to be an interesting fight, and I think she needs to invite the pressure. But right now for England, it's about tuning it out. It's about creating your own bubble and really playing through it, because the pressure is bad. When you lose a World Cup final, it's, look, you played against Spain. There's things we can build on. Well done. When you exit the groups, that is a failure, and it goes without saying.
Definitely. Well,
I was getting nervous.
I'm getting so nervous.
T-minus 10 hours, 8 hours until kickoff.
Do keep voting on the poll. We want to hear what you think. Can England revive their Euro 2025 dreams? This is just the redemption arc, guys. Oh, you've got to remain positive. We've got what it takes. I truly believe that. It's just about showing it on the pitch on the day. And we shall see. Well, yesterday we also got the matchday -1 press conference from the Netherlands, and we heard from WSL star Viv Miedema.
I mean, as I said, I think it's really hard to come off a tournament of a Euros that you've won to then obviously go to a World Cup where you got to a final, to then always be this team that is ready to go again and to have no issues. I mean, along the way in football, you've got players that retire, you've got players that might not be happy with their position within the team, and that's part of the game. I think they've got so much quality, and obviously, got so many girls that know how to deal with that I can't just say oh yeah, they're not the best England. They have been over the last couple of years. They can turn up tomorrow and be absolutely unreal. So I think we need to be prepared for the best England side possible and go from there.
Viv Miedema, of course, of Man City, has also played at Arsenal. She knows so many of those players. How's that going to help her and the Netherlands side?
It's going to help them exponentially. She knows almost every single player in that squad right now. I think Viviane Miedema's outlook at this game is exactly what the Netherlands need to do. We go to this game as if we're going to be playing England from 2020-22. That's a lot of 2020.
Yes.
And we need to build from there. We can't be complacent. And obviously, she's the biggest professional in the women's game maybe right now, so she knows what it takes.
Yeah, and I think it's easy to say that England should be topping this group because, on paper, the world rankings, England are 5th, France and Netherlands are 10th and 11th, I believe. So on paper, yes, England should be. But if you look at the performances over the last couple of years, we've lost to France, we've lost to the Netherlands. So it's definitely not a given, is it? I think people who might be looking at it from the outside just go, "Oh, you won the Euros 3 years ago,
again.
like do it again."
Yeah.
Things have changed. France and Netherlands have got a lot more competitive. It's a case of that, really, isn't it?
100%. It's about analysing all of the factors involved. And France and Netherlands are two great outfits that, like you said, England have lost and won to in the last 12 months. So it's an even matchup. I think if I was an England fan looking at this, though, it's not about coming out of the groups. I think you get a cooling off period, right? If they were to exit tonight, maybe in 2 weeks I say, okay, it's okay. However, the manner in which they lost against France, and if they repeat that against the Netherlands, that's what's upsetting. That's what's a failure, because you're not getting outclassed by a great team. You're your own worst enemy. You're losing on your own accord. And I think that's what England did against France. So if they show up tonight and put on a clinical performance, but the Netherlands are just better, that's football.
That's okay.
That's football. It's Group D. It's hard. It also, I'm not trying to make it easier or make excuses for them, but they've got the hardest draw within the draw. You're playing France, Netherlands. You don't get to play Wales into the last match day. So yeah, these are circumstances. These happen in football. It's just about how much heart they show on the pitch. And then the rest is just, it's up to the world. Hey.
Yes, well, we mentioned Viv knowing the players very well. She knows one player very well. Of course, her partner, Beth Mead. And here's what she had to say about facing Beth.
I don't think she'll speak to me for a bit, but it's tough, obviously. As I said, I know I'm with Beth, but I've also got some of my best friends in that team. But that's also part of football. It's obviously something that I've come up against in club football, in national team football, and it's just part of the game. Sadly enough, I've probably been on the other end of it mostly over the last couple of tournaments. So it's part of it, and I mean, I'll be happy for us if we actually can get through tomorrow.
So you feel like it's your time to shine?
I mean, I would say yes, but we'll see tomorrow.
Oh, she handled that so professionally, didn't she?
She did. She's such a classy player, classy person. The thing that worries me about this England game is when Vivianne Miedema is fit and doing media, it usually means she's at the top of her game. So yeah, watch this space, I guess.
Yeah, and she got her 100th goal for the Netherlands the other day. So she's on fire. She's always on fire.
It's Vivianne Miedema at the end of the day. She's always on fire. She's one of the best strikers the world, men's and women's football's ever seen.
Yeah, class act on and off the pitch. Well, let's do a bit of tops stickers, shall we?
We need some therapy in the lead up to this game.
We need some chill.
Right.
We're just calling this tops therapy now. I think it's not even.
We need to get rid of that segment. This is tops therapy.
Tops therapy, indeed. Okay. Well, who wants to go first today?
You go first.
Okay. Go on then. Let's see who's in there.
A little bit more excitement.
Sorry,
more energy.
I'm very excited.
You're nervous, aren't you?
We've got just the tops shiny. That's exciting.
Oh, little logo.
Not got that.
It's actually quite nice. I like
really
the colouring.
Nice, lovely, very colourful. Not got that one, so that's a new one. We've got Thea Bjelde from Norway.
Nice. Quarterfinals.
Wonderful. Yes.
This is a winning pack.
Congratulations to
Congratulations, Norway. I'm sorry for everything I said. Continue on.
We've got Elena Linari from Italy.
Okay, hopefully another quarterfinalist.
We've got a shiny French player.
Oh no.
Laura Georges.
Nice. Hey, that's a nice card.
It's a really lovely shiny card, legend card.
Legend card, cool.
And then we have a Spanish player, Juan Hernandez.
Very cool.
And we've got a stadium sticker, which we do not have. It is Toon. And we have not been there.
Nice, we haven't been there. I don't even know if we will be there.
I don't think we will.
No, I think they cut it off after the group stages.
At least we've seen it now.
Well, we've seen it now. Hey, I hate to say it, but everyone in that pack has won a game at the Euros so far.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be a bad omen for the quarterfinals is all I'm saying.
No. Come on.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Okay, Poland.
Yeah,
I have this one. Natalia Padilla-Bidas.
Ah,
special
okay.
one to watch card. Jutta Rantala of Iceland. No.
Get your flags right.
Get my flags right.
Finland, yeah.
And Leicester City. The Portugal badge, that's cool.
Oh, that's very nice and
Nice and
shiny. Got a lot of
shiny.
shinies today.
Yeah, we've got Rome Lucha from the Netherlands.
Uh-oh.
Still, anyway.
Yeah.
Germany's Catherine Hendrick. That's a
Nice.
good card. And Sweden's Madeline Janogy. I'm struggling today.
There you go. We've got Sweden and Germany. They were the teams who progressed last
Yeah.
night. So that feels quite topical. Topsicle?
Topsicle.
Do
That is clever.
let us know what you guys are getting in your packs. Join us on gotswaps.club, our very own platform that we have set up exclusively for lots of sticker book trading. Please get involved. We want to swap. We want to get this completed before the Euros ends. So yeah, get swapping with us on gotswaps.club. And we've had a few messages. People sort of, I'm going to get a sticker book now, or need to persuade someone to buy me a sticker book. So yeah, persuade whoever you need to get you a sticker book, or get it yourself. Highly recommend. It is incredibly fun. It's brilliant. Okay, well, the other match of Group D today, of course, is France versus Wales. Now, there was that unfortunate news yesterday about the French team's coach being involved in a sort of small road accident. Luckily, they are all okay, and the other driver was treated for minor injuries, but all okay. So that's the headline news there. But that was on their way to their open training session, and it's going to have shaken them up.
Yeah, 100%. You want to be training in the city at the stadium that you're playing in. Obviously, the Netherlands had their open training session yesterday at the Zurich stadium. It just preps you, gets you in the mindset, and also everything like that's going to rattle you. So yeah, I'm glad everyone's safe. I hope they're okay, and I hope that it doesn't affect them today.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's such a big game for them. Every game in this group for them is massive. It's, I think, an exciting prospect when you're a team like Wales, the lowest ranked team in the competition. They're 30th in the world. It's their major tournament debut. You want to be in the group of death, because that means that you're playing the best of the best, really.
Yeah, exactly. This is the exact, like, I've spoken to a few Wales friends. I have a couple mates and journalist friends that are Welsh and are so excited to be here. And they're saying, look, we didn't come into this tournament thinking we were going to win it. We want to be playing against the best teams in Europe. We want to enjoy it. And when they heard their national anthem the other day against Netherlands, it was such a touching and amazing moment. So for Wales, it's about showing what they're made of. And I think they already did that against the Netherlands. The opening 45 minutes, they did that against the Netherlands. So they're going to have to test themselves against a victorious French side that are hot in form. And then obviously they're going to be hungry on Sunday, when they face England. Like, they've got a lot to prove for themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, fellow host nation. But I think the Welsh are just lapping it up, and they are making an account for themselves as well, much like Poland are.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, like you say, we really want there to be something riding on that England-Wales game, because it's such a juicy tie. The home nations going up against each other, obviously the first time in a major tournament, because Wales have not been there before. Wow, like, people are licking their lips for that one. I know a lot of people who've bought tickets for that one. So they really want there to be something riding on it. Wales are going to want to cause an upset. England are going to, of course, want to win. It's so much to play for. But of course, France, because of their win, they are playing for a quarter-final spot. And in the same way Netherlands are, we're sort of seeing that one up as like England needs to win it. But if Netherlands win, they're through. If France win, they're through. So France, yeah, it feels like a good opportunity for them to get through.
Yeah, 100%. And we thought that they had a bit of a hard draw, obviously coming out and facing the Lionesses on match day 1, but they've been softened by the fact that they do have to play Wales, with all due respect to Wales. But that French side, when you're talking about pace and physicality, the pace is something that the Welsh team really, really lacks. So you'd think that France get the job done tonight, and that's just a beautiful entry for them into the quarterfinals, because they'll be a little bit disheartened. They made the semis in Euro 2022 and couldn't reach the final, lost to Germany, obviously, in the semis. So it's about a revenge tour for them, right? They're coming back stronger. The World Cup, they fell out at the quarterfinals. So it's about coming back and showing the world what you're made of. And I think this French team they were overrated coming into this tournament a lot. No one really had the pressure on them. And I think that's why they're succeeding.
For sure. I think we saw that with England in 2022, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There was not the pressure in the same way. And actually now there is pressure, and it's good and bad. It's good and bad. For France, good luck to France. Good luck to Wales. It should be a great tie, with both teams wanting to prove a lot. Well, back to the Lionesses. We have been catching up with a lot of Lionesses in town. We've been seeing a lot in Zurich, because we're based in Zurich. Of course, The first match against France was in Zurich. This is the next one tonight in Zurich. It's 5 p.m. UK time. Do not miss it. In case you didn't know. I mean, of course you know, but do not miss it. Leave work early, whatever you need to do. You need to be in front of the TV watching that at 5 o'clock. But yes, we caught up with some Lionesses who've made the trip to Zurich, and they're so excited. They were telling us all about their favourite players and lots more. Here's what they had to say. Tell me who your favourite Lioness is.
Ooh, tough one. I'd probably go Lucy Bronze, but there's kind of a long list, I'd say. Yep.
It's a nice problem to have.
Yeah, it is. I've got bronze today, but
you got other ones.
I've got hemp in my suitcase for tomorrow, and I was wearing daily earlier, so.
I love that.
It's a bit hot.
A great collection. And you, have you got a favourite Lioness?
I've got Niamh Charles at the minute. In the suitcase is bronze. So yeah, just a few.
Well, I've got hemp glasses and a hemp t-shirt. So
I was going to say, I probably could have guessed. A fine choice. What do you love so much about hemp?
Well, she plays in my position. She's got a great name, Lauren, and she's just amazing. She's speedy. Her strength is amazing. She can just make magic out of nowhere.
So, am I right in thinking that Lotte Wieber-Moy is your favourite player?
Yes.
What do you like so much about her?
She's just a really good role model.
And who's on the back of your jersey?
Leah Williamson, of course. Look at my scarf.
Oh my wow, that is an exceptional scarf.
I know. I'm really excited.
Shame Millie Bright's not playing, but if I had to choose from the squad, I'd do Alessia Russo.
Mine's probably Alessia Russo.
Oh, solid choice.
Big fan, good finishers. Nice. Saw her back heel in person against Sweden at the Euros.
Russo, of course.
Love that. What about you?
Russo, and I do love Clinton.
Great choices. Do you reckon Clinton's going to get some minutes tonight?
I really hope so. I was literally saying to Abby earlier today, I need Clinton on the pitch.
Ooh, well, I've got Lucy Bronze on today because she's from the region, you know.
Representing.
Yeah, so you've got to go with the local. I think I'm going to go Lucy Bronze. She's up for it, isn't she?
Probably Leah Williamson. I'm a centre back myself, so got to stick with the centre backs.
I love them all. Tooney, of course.
Tooney's on your shirt.
Yeah. She. I do love her. But to be fair, I'm excited to see all of them. There's a few new players who are going to play, so yeah, we'll be excited to see them all.
Oh, amazing to hear from those Lionesses fans. They're having the best time. I really hope they can continue to have the best time out here in Switzerland. Do you know what really struck me there was so many of them saying, I like this player because it's my position.
Yeah.
That just shows the beauty of how they're inspiring these other girls, women to play football.
It's what it's all about. Like, I remember as a little kid when I was 11 or 12, I wore number 7 and played left back because I love Steph Catley. And that was, however, 10 plus years ago. So it's about looking at these players and idolizing them. And I think that's why the Lionesses in particular are just so amazing.
Okay, well, Jamie, who's your favourite Lioness?
You go first. Let me have some mulling time.
My
the moment of truth.
Show you who my favourite Lioness is. I'm going to ruin the display in the meantime, but it's worth it. Our queen.
Come on. Nice.
Yeah. What a queen. Amazing player. Speaks so well. I love her sense of humour. I love the way she plays in midfield. When she's good, she's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I love all the stuff since moving to Bayern Munich. All those amazing videos she's doing. How much she loves the bratwurst, the beers, all of that. Like, you get stuck in, Georgia.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what she does tonight.
Can I be honest? I will change mine, but mine would be Georgia Stanway. I'll give you a backup just because as well, when she went to Bayern Munich, she's the only real player that has gone over to Germany, learnt the language, has said, I want to play in the Frauen Bundesliga. I just have so much respect for her and I think she's marvellous to watch. So she's probably mine, but I'll give you some backups. Alessia Russo was said a lot. So again, I'll move on from that. I'm going to go Grace Clinton.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with that lovely girl there that said Russo and Clinton. I think those are my two. I think Grace Clinton's ceiling is so much higher than people talk about because there's so many names in this squad. 2 years ago, she was on loan at Bristol City in the Championship. Then she came to Man United, played a season at Spurs and won the Breakout Player of the Year. And now she's in the England squad. And I think we underrate that Germany because of how quick she's risen to fame. And now she's just a squad mainstay. And we think she's always going to be there. And she always has been there. So, yeah, I love Grace Clinton. I love the way she plays.
Amazing. Have we got some comments coming in, Jamie?
Someone has said, Couture Criminal said Stanners, We all agree
yeah,
there.
Scanners.
Also has said favourite lioness is Maya Letitia. That's another good one.
Nice.
We've got someone saying my fave lioness has always been Daly in bronze. Daly by far number one for me. Loved the way she played. That is a great answer. And
Nice.
Adam Salter has commented that lovely scarf because that was incredible.
Such a good scarf. And that lady
Yeah.
said if she saw us at the end of the game, she would give it to
I
us. She was all the
know.
way from the States and she knew us. She was like, I
Yeah.
recognize you. Like, oh my God. And then we told her how much we loved the scarf. And she said, you can have it. After if I see you after the match, I just need to wave it during the match. We didn't see her after, unfortunately. But if you're watching, please do get in touch. We would love to have your
Send
scarf.
me a message, yeah.
No,
She had an
incredible.
amazing cannon tattoo. Big Arsenal fan. So,
Yeah.
yeah, very, very top class woman.
We saw a few Americans actually who were
Yeah.
here, and they said we just want to support women's football. We've come over. We're supporting that they were wearing Lionesses. We're going to support the
Yeah.
Lionesses because they're great players. Like that's amazing to see as well.
Yeah, it's so global. I love the American fans as well, obviously, but do they need any more success? Like they watch the USA team win everything and suddenly they have to watch someone else win everything at the Euros. Like leave some victories for the rest of us.
Yeah, no, it is brilliant. There's been people from all over the country, all over the world coming here to watch the Lionesses and other teams too. And in Switzerland, so many of the locals are just getting into it because
Yeah.
it's you can't miss it walking around Switzerland. It's brilliant.
It's
on
amazing.
the trains everywhere.
Leah Volti's face, I feel like I've seen her more than you.
Everywhere.
Everywhere I
Literally.
go, she's there.
Literally.
Just an update on the poll as well.
Yes.
So we've got 67% of voters in the poll think England can revive their Euros hopes against the Netherlands. Okay, the people believe. Do you believe?
I believe.
I know you believe. You've believed this whole time.
Oh, do you believe?
I'll see.
Oh.
No, I believe. I think they've got everything it takes to get the job done.
Gotta believe.
Yeah, it's all about belief.
Definitely. Well, do keep the conversation going. There is so much more to come from Pitch Perfect. And I'm going to round things off, Jamie, by just saying, I just want to, actually, firstly, highlight from yesterday, because I haven't got that.
Okay. My highlight from yesterday was probably, I don't know. I liked being at the open training session, but I'm going to do one that's not related to football. I had to get the tram back from the stadium after match day -1, and I was going back to the place to get all the work done, and there was a lot of Sweden fans on their way to Lucerne, and I saw someone head to toe she had a Sweden shirt on, Stina Blackstenius, she had the little headband with the Swedish flags on and a scarf, and I thought how amazing when we're in Switzerland and all these countries are coming together. It just kind of was indicative of how big this tournament is and what it means for women's football.
Oh, definitely. I think you already saw the Sweden fans there yesterday. That probably is my highlight as well. Seeing those fans playing the drums, just the big inflatable banana. I love that. It's like we're yellow in colour, so we'll just bring any sort of yellow inflatable, that yellow banana, that works.
That'll be good enough.
That'll do.
Banana was hilarious.
It was amazing. But yeah, also just talking about that global appeal we had on the train back to Zurich late last night, there were some Polish fans who would just they were just chatting to everyone around them, and we were all having this conversation, and they were sat next to some Mexican people who had moved to Switzerland, who were there supporting Sweden. It was just amazing. All this like incredible global fans, just
that's what the game's about.
Bringing women's football
the global
to
language,
the front and
isn't
center.
it?
The global language.
The global language.
Exactly. Okay, well, just to finish things off, Jamie, are
Okay.
England going to win tonight?
Yeah, they are. Of course they are. We need to hold that energy. Why say anything else?
Definitely. England are going to win tonight. And hopefully we will be seeing you here same time tomorrow when we'll be talking about an England win. In the meantime, please do get involved in the quiz. The QR code is there, or the link is in the description wherever you are watching or listening. Please do get on gotswaps.club to trade Tops stickers with us. And also do keep the conversation going. Message us on social media, or, comment on the YouTube stream. We want to hear from you. We want to get as many of your questions answered as possible. Thank you so much for being part of this lovely Pitch Perfect community. To all of you who've watched today or listened, thank you very much. And we will see you same time tomorrow. Come on, England!